What's happening? Happening? You feel me? Back in here. It's been a little bit a minute. Mm. Some may say we've been musing. I say we've been vibing. Take some time to make some time. But you feel me? Back in here on this Tuesday. You feel me? Chill little Tuesday, uh, Wednesday morning. Still what I consider the Tuesday night spectrum. You feel me? Chilling, chilling. So I figured I'd get on here and do a little bit of ESPN and get on here and check out some news. Talk a little bit about my vibes, how I'm feeling. You feel me? Last night was a new moon. And I think I've always been a spiritual person, but I feel like over the last year and a half, like I kind of have taken a new level and a new step into like my spiritual, my relationship with God, like my relationship with myself, even in terms of being less harsh on myself or being able to look at things outside of a negative perspective or chastising myself, but critiquing myself. And I think um, with what we feeling like, it seems like it's always something going on in our lives, right? I think like within feeling that kind of energy though, being able to maintain understanding for me right now that it's about the mentality that you have, like, which is something that I appreciate. Like I talk about a lot, but I think everybody began to understand, and some people allow like the right mentality to permeate, and they kind of are able to get the best out of themselves. Some people are, how do you say, groomed from birth to cultivate and keep the right mentality. Other people um, struggle and fluctuate with the mentalities. You feel me? That resonate with them, but that also keep them going forward and growing forward. I think for me right now, I'm in a kind of a place where it's like more the latter possible. Well, I don't know. I think whereas I understand mentality, I'm influenced very much so by it. I feel like I'm in a stage right now too, though, where it's like consistency and repetitive motion test those theories for me. It's like either I can be consistent and able to stay on track with being consistent, but within there, some of my habits and tendencies um, around that fall to the wayside. So again, I'll be consistent with going and like being take like you feel me, for example, working, being at work, taking extra days at work. Like I'm gonna take my mental health days. I'm gonna take my time to myself type person. So being like, nah, I'm gonna be up in here. I'm gonna be at work constantly, consistently, like doing that, and then also feeling like, all right, well, if I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm not gonna sacrifice and take the time to myself, you feel me? Well, what other manners or other ways am I gonna find to maybe it's indulge myself, or other ways I'm gonna look to find that I can, or where I can kind of create my own subconscious therapy or cleansing of my energy to feel oneness, right? And I think within that, talking about the new moon and then getting ready to talk about gratitude, I think one thing that I'm extremely thankful for, but I'm also continuing to manifest and affirm and put my intentions towards improving is the ways in which I prepare for my ups and downs, but I manage them as well, right? Like understanding mentality wise, something that I've adopted and I get and I pray for and I'm thankful through the ups and downs, like through what I feel like I'm always feeling like I'm always like my passion and compassion, my passion and my emotions are always tested more than it's my patience or my will. I think I have a strong will subconsciously just because I'll just keep on. But I think my passion and compassion get tested a lot of times because at moments where I feel like I'm beginning to get things under control, or at moments where I feel like I'm beginning to start to worry about things, it's almost like I manifest those things to come to fruition to me. Like, not to my detriment sometimes, but they just come to fruition. And I think within that, um, right now, I'm thankful for my understanding within keeping the most important thing, and then trying to keep the main thing the main thing. And I think those are two different things. I think the most important thing is the most important thing are the things that give you the opportunity to have the main thing. I feel like the main thing in that terms is all of the things that are the luxuries that come with being who we are, right? So it's like, you feel me? If you're a good looking person, what goes into the luxuries of that? What do you have to do to take care of that? Is it the way that you dress yourself? Is it that you refine your mind? Is it that you work on your body? Is it that you feel like you got to get enough currency to be able to do this or do that? All of those variety of things. Those things are the main thing. And then those things, again, also apply to your self motivation. So you feel like you got to be more educated. Again, you feel like you have to be more experienced or better equipped to be seen in those manners. You feel me? Those began to manifest in the ways that they do by the work that you do and the work that you put in around that. Those are the main things. If you feel like you want to maintain keeping your girl or you want to maintain keeping your guy, you know, the main thing being the main thing is how you treat them and the time you spend with them and stuff like that, right? Whereas the most important things, the absolutely important things, is the things that give you the opportunity to chase after the main thing, right? Again, you don't need to have no girl if you and your life ain't together and ain't right. And excuse me, able truly to operate as your best self on your own, absent of any kind of other catalyst other than yourself, or the ways in which you function and making sure that you're able to function absent of, I don't want to say someone else's input, but absent of a need for somebody to be almost like a passenger, like in a rally car. In a rally car, somebody saying, go left, go right, go left, go right. In 100 feet, go left. In 600 feet, go right. At this next point, full gas. Like, sometimes it's important to understand that the most important thing is just being able to be that all on your own. And I think, like, for me right now in this time, it's pretty interesting because, like, personally, in my own energies, I for sure wrestle with, I think, being left versus being alone. I think I can appreciate being alone. I think I enjoy being alone. I think there's a lot of things within being alone that work around the quality of the aloneness. And for a lot of people, the quality of the aloneness goes around the circumstances and the actual environment that you're physically in, or you're emotionally in, or spiritually in when you're alone, or that you're creating for yourself, or manifesting even. But I think within that, for me, it's pretty interesting right now because I think I always catch myself kind of trying to manage my situations versus scram. Well, I feel like I always try to manage the situation versus trying to scramble because I know that scrambling, a lot of times if you get caught scrambling, you get caught out, right? And it's more detrimental to scramble a lot of times than it is to manage. But then again, when you're trying to manage, it's like if you're not able to make everything happen right on time the way that it should when you're managing things, it's like one, how do I say? It's like, again, so when you're trying to manage things, everything has to flow like right on time, right in the exact manner every single time. There's no or not too many rooms for mistake. And within the mistakes or within a misstep, it's like the ability to adjust is finite. Whereas if you scramble in a lot of times and you taking and making the best opportunities out of just, I guess, even what is there, sometimes taking an off balance scramble can kind of turn into a positive gain. Where a lot of times just managing things, again, eventually you're going to run out of time to keep managing. You're going to need something bigger to happen. I think for me, I'm thankful for the presence of mind that I have. I think to go at my experiences and the moments that I'm going through with that energy and that insight. But I can say though, when I said I can say, I think there is something to be said for understanding that, like right now, I feel like I'm frustrated and trying to, and again, this is a constant frustration. This is something that I feel like is, if I feel like I look up and I feel like I'm behind or something that's to my detriment, is my community based mindset or my desire to continue to try and work alongside people who I admire or whatever it is, right? I think in a lot of ways, I'd probably be further along having stepped away from that mentality and that mindset. And I think it's um, maybe there is a little level of narcissism in it, or maybe it's treated narcissistically by those around me, and that's probably why I deal with it with such frustration. You feel me? In terms of, I think I always want to collaborate and create and elevate with those around me who like I said, I admire, but I think that's been one of the biggest and the toughest struggles for me. And in moments like these, where you're trying to manage things, again, like I said, it's like time gets away from you if the bigger things aren't happening. Going, if the bigger things aren't happening or being made to happen, and I think the clarity and peace of mind to keep the most important things, I appreciate, but I'm still having a hard time finding out how to make the main thing the main thing. You feel me? Like I haven't really necessarily been able to figure it out yet, and it's like frustrating. I think sometimes I think I let me be disappointed, but then I understand that effort is between you and you, even if it's written. So I can't be mad as much as I can be disappointed in myself if I don't put in the type of work that I need to put in to feel like I should be getting out whatever results. Um, I think right now the craziest dynamic is knowing that the skills are within me, but how you cultivate them skills, right? So again, on things that I intend on, I affirm and manifest. And you feel me? How to now bring my ability to put so many things together, my ability to refine my abilities and talents, my natural eye and ear, um, agility, ability for things, how to bring those things to an ability to continue to refine them indefinitely. I think a lot of time been spent for me refining these abilities and skills. Maybe because I didn't want to have to turn around and go to somebody else about them, but maybe because entrepreneurially I felt like it would make me a better and a more efficient business on my own within that. You feel me? Like I could be able to do it for those around me, and it would just help all of us, help myself, obviously, and help all of us. And I think maybe that's what leads to a level of frustration, maybe. But again, I think word to Yaya, I think you for sure got to be able to create a dynamic to make people have a desire to participate or collaborate or share, work alongside, or acquire your skills or your abilities and helping them maximize their journey. But I think it's also about the refining of those talents and abilities. And I think I'm definitely thankful and grateful for those kind of dynamics and understanding that in my mind. Having a natural talent to be able to do certain things, but as well understanding while I'm sitting there with myself that it's so much importance in spending the time refining. And I think that it's hard a lot of times when you spend a lot of the time refining all of them by yourself. But I think where the Nipsey is something to being able to and having spent time doing it on your own. Because I think once you do that, you know and understand how much time it takes or what it takes in order to kind of create that on your own. Um, and I feel like I do have a real good balance um, of an understanding of those things for real, honestly. I think it's tough for me sometimes just because um, I think sometimes we probably look at it, or no, not sometimes we, sometimes I look at it and I feel like, or the way that I train my mind to look at it or to think would be like by doing these things, it would open up access to other opportunities. When in reality, self sufficiency benefits but limits for real. Because it's like you begin to limit people's willingness to want to collaborate in some ways because again, it's like the less people you paying. And then again, like that's one of the bigger things about this collaborative era, right? Ooh, I just kicked some game to myself. Ooh, ooh. So that's why again, it's all money in, no money out mentality. Self sufficiency creates that dynamic. Whereas again, maybe I could take it once you maximize it, where you go to somewhere or to another level and you say, okay, well, I can now utilize the ability to step into certain space. Like for me, for example, create my music. I literally just came to the grips today with understanding like one of my biggest benefits may be figuring out how to record prior and then package them songs up and take them to the studio and then go and really record them at a high level, recording them in my crib so that I can get the songs down and I can get exactly how I want them to sound, and then taking it to the studio and knocking them down and locking them down like that, and understanding that the final product of how I sound is going to be totally different, and not being worried about feeling like I can't take nothing out or can't go show nothing because or work on nothing or take it because it's not sounding the way that it should. I'm not supposed to come out with it sounding the way that it should. I'm supposed to go somewhere to somebody so that they can help me get it sounding the way that it should, right? So taking that same understanding in terms of going to an engineer, going to a studio, right? Even with this, taking this dynamic and going into a soundstage like environment and doing what I'm doing, recording and having a guest on or guest on, right? And understanding that for me, I'm gonna know how to set everything up. I'm gonna know how to plug me in. I'm gonna know how to record and all of these other things. Realistically, I want to put myself in a position to acquire the skills to be able to have a real setup, real sound stage kind of setup for my own self. But again, like the closer and closer you get to creating that, the lesser and lesser, or the further and further you are away from networking with other people who already have those established, right? And then being able to be a part of what you got going on, the more you have to build it, they will come versus uh, create within what exists. And I think for me, some of the frustration that I've probably let on myself is trying to be so self sufficient that, and again, self sufficient probably from a self conscious and overthinking standpoint, that I spend more time investing in myself than I do networking or going out to kind of um, build and expound on what it is I'm trying to do. Because again, at the same time too, like I feel like I've also learned that a lot of people are not trying to spend time helping people build to what they're trying to build to. They're trying to find people that's gonna help them build towards what they finna build to. Like I can genuinely say that it's an abundance of people I've come across who it's like they not trying to help you start a brand. Even if you want to start a brand, hell, you like, man, I really want to start a brand. I'm trying to learn the foundation to start a brand. They like, all right, that's cool. What's the thought process? What's your ideas? Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. And I'm gonna sit down and help you start it. And again, like show you the steps in the past. Like, all right, these are important foundational steps and plans, ideologies, thought processes, um, you know, schemes or philosophies, all of that. I think that's definitely very important. It's something that on my own too, though, that I for sure been able to now in this moment, like I said, acknowledge without animosity or angst or envy, and just be able to acknowledge it from the standpoint of that's just also the way that it is. So, what it is you're going to do or going to have to do is you're going to have to invest in yourself to the standpoint of feeling like, or being able to be like, undeniably, which is again something going back to a younger self, my younger self, I can come in undeniably now and feel like I really want to build on myself and showcase me versus feeling like I want to showcase with others. Because again, I feel like that's worked to my detriment in the past. I began to become the coach, not the player, while I'm still playing. Like, okay, yes, I can call an audible and I can call a play and I know the playbook front to back, back to front. But at the same time, like I want to make plays. I don't want to just be calling. Granted, that's what some people's skills and abilities are for too. Some people don't are better coaches than they are players and different stuff like that. That's real. That's one thing I've understood and I've come to understand with music and art and fashion and different things like that, all these levels, and understanding that over time you'll understand where you fit in all of them. But I feel like to this point and at this point, it's like a new energy having come through. Shout out to the Songbird and for the energy that I was able to see within her to kind of impact and influence me. But right now, it just feels like ashes, fire to ashes like a phoenix. And what comes out of that? Knowing what is inside, what comes out of it though? What are you going to give to it? What are you going to lend to it? What are you going to give to it? My biggest thing right now is again continuing to cultivate this and do this, as well as editing videos. I got videos sitting down with some folks that I got to edit right now, and I get to working with and editing on, and I understand and I know that next level and that next step of doing that is what's going to open up more of me and more opportunities for me to flourish. But it's about taking yourself and breaking yourself and pushing yourself there, understanding that God is going to take you and body slam you hella hard and push you down. And thinking that you getting yourself up, you really are forgetting that God is giving you the strength to get up. Your universe is giving you the strength to get up and being able to appreciate and understand that it's not always you. That's one thing again, shout out to the Songbird. Um, Having to embrace. I had this conversation with somebody that means a lot to me. Somebody that we was seeing each other for a little bit, and I dropped the ball in the third. In the second quarter, dropped the ball. Second quarter, fumbled the ball in the third, coming out of halftime. Ended up getting on the bench, and one of the conversations with this person was based around the understanding, or my understanding, of kind of coming to a thought process that, you feel me, in these times and within what we got going on, I think the greatness and the blessing and the abundance does flow through you when you are blessed, but the moments and the opportunities that you have to use your blessings and your talents and your skills sometimes are few and far between. And again, it's about the dash in your life and understanding within that you have to take and make the most of those opportunities and not sit back and continue to wait for the right opportunity to do or to be your best. Giving in your best effort, regardless of uh, what it looks like or what it may be perceived as, honestly gives you your best opportunity to be seen as your best self. You feel me? And I think being able to see that example in a person and someone who is so passionate and compassionate, but also self motivated and pure in intention, it motivates you to look deeper into yourself and to understand. I think one of the coolest feelings that you can get with somebody that you care about and you want to be with and things like that, friendship wise, relationship wise, you know, um, is somebody who makes you feel like you want to be able to bring the best of you out. Again, ain't nothing like lining up and the person on the other, the person on the other end gonna ball. So you like, man, heck yeah. So again, I know they finna get I think they finna get the best on best. So I know I gotta be ready to ball on my side too. Because I want to be able to do what they doing. I want to be able to pull up ready to know my shit like they are. I think it's something to that. And I think it's something to being able to be willing to go there with yourself and go there with someone else once you feel and are influenced by that energy. And I definitely can say that I've been impacted by that. That's why I said, like I said, musing possibly, but past that, just truly being impacted and influenced by someone walking divine steps and divine path and feeling like my steps are divine and my path is divine too, but sometimes feeling like I'm wandering within them steps. I feel like that a lot of times. And seeing people and coming across persons who feel like or give you the impression that even if say we are on a journey that we wander, because that's the journey in the territory of life, I'm gonna wander firmly, intently. That shit to me is sick. Like it's next level and it's something that is impactful and makes you want to do better for yourself. You know, again, that this is the drawing I drew at school today energy. You come and you want to kind of share and create or express with them in that manner, I think is really, really dope. And I could say one thing that I fuck with is cool. You feel me? It's not traditional in a sense, you feel me? Like how he did it, but I fuck with it and I think it's cool. My brother was a photographer as a kid. He was a really, really good photographer, like photo developing photographer too and everything. You feel me? And I got a cool ass eye for photography and photo editing and editing my photos too. Obviously we're in the digital era, so it's a little bit different. But I actually got a cool ass eye for that shit. And that's refreshing to me because I think a lot of times too, I feel like in the talents and skills that I've developed, people always kind of hate on me about them or they don't show me no love. Or it's almost like, oh, nah, he gonna be good at that shit, so I can't really fuck with him. And it makes you waver and kind of go different directions on fucking with different shit and how you express yourself and stay down with things and how you hustle them. And a lot of those things are also about me and my esteem of myself and my belief in myself. But this kind of thing and these kind of things, I feel like people can't take away from you neither. They can't hate on you down or hate you down. It's all about the effort and the work that you put in, but also about your ability to be able to see yourself for yourself. And I think that's really, really cool. And again, I'm grateful for those kind of things too, because you worry sometimes maybe that you don't have something unique to you. And even if it's not unique to you, something that you truly love, that you're good at, that you appreciate, it encourages me to want to go out and do more and take more photos. And then again, it makes me want to go out and get out more, not just go to just a few places lightly. So, it's really cool. I'm really thankful for it and appreciative. Again, my internal motivation continues to push me to try and to want to try to do more. Like sitting here with these pictures, I started uploading them to Tumblr and I felt like, nah, like I want to do more. I want to do more with these pictures than just upload them. Like I want these people to be seen as they are and these images and things to be seen as they are and how I saw them. And I was like, kind of seeing, I kept kind of seeing a few little photo editing posts like on Twitter a little bit. And I think I saw like one on Instagram, like another one on Twitter. You feel me? And from there, what I did is like I just kind of sat back, like I was trying to figure out like what was the best way I could kind of edit them. And so I feel like I don't know, like I spent like a day or so, like a day or night span, like I kind of uploaded a few to Tumblr, just because again I want my own website to act like a gallery, like for my own photos. I remember we would do like these art galleries, we would do the art galleries and stuff like that, and doing those, I used to feel like I wanted to participate in an art gallery, but I used to understand like you don't have to necessarily force your art. And again, I do like my Photoshop, you feel me, and the different stuff like that. But I feel like my art wasn't fitting of being in there. I remember spending some time with Lorraine like recently, and she was painting, and 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 honestly, I didn't like it. I don't like that I did it to myself. I feel like it kind of dimmed my creativity, or kind of maybe dim how my light is seen. We were sitting there chilling and we was just talking about painting, and she was trying to get me to paint, and I was like, no, I wasn't fucking with it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it, just because I was kind of like my attitude and my mentality was just like it's like, oh, I don't, which again is my same mentality when it comes to recording too, and it's like sitting down. and it's only a few folks I can concretely really record music around. Like my boy Third, I can record around him. Probably my boy Vanny. I'm trying to think who else, man. Maybe my brother Justin. Maybe Justin. Maybe fucking. I don't know. That might be it. You feel me? But again, like now I'm wanting people to be watching me and begin to form thoughts on my expression or or negatively look at how it is I'm expressing myself. And it's like with the art gallery shit, I remember like feeling like with some of my Photoshop images, I wanted to put them in there just to put my art in there, my creativity in there. Like, and again, having worked on it for people to see, but also working on it because it was just something that was a hobby to me. Bars, feeling like oh well, maybe my shit doesn't fit in, you know, and like oh nah, like this isn't what people want to see and shit. And understanding now too, like damn, like I probably should have put my shit out there and put my shit in there because again, it's me, like it's unique to me, and it's cool. You feel me? And I think looking at my creative expression as far as like I don't want to say my art, but the way I express myself and the way I create and shit like that right now too, it's like I'm kind of getting to the place where I'm kind of going back over that mentality, and it's kind of like looking at that mentality and understanding too, like I'm bigger and I'm better than that because I've also refined my perspective. Probably, like, granted, it's probably a lot of people out here like that, but fucking, I know I'm one of the only motherfuckers around me that really can motherfucking write a song, rap, and when I'm talking about write a song, rap, I mean freestyle, like write a song, freestyle, write a poem, fucking write a motherfucking article. Again, all these writing forms of expression. You feel me? Host, uh, probably do a comedic set. You feel me? Um, film, video, and take photos like photography. Fucking edit, uh, record in the studio, engineer my own shit. You feel me? I mean, I could fucking set up a fucking a Twitch stream for the OBS and shit like that too. So again, like it's probably crazy when I look at those things, feeling as if my art and my creativity don't necessarily fit in because maybe it's in limiting myself or trying to overly humble myself too. And so it's like I kind of got these ambitions on some of these new things that I want to do, and it's like I'm hella geeked on working towards them, but also understanding like it's not about spending time feeling like I'm ready. It's about spending time feeling like um spending more time feeling like spending more time setting up execution. But as well, when I say that, I mean like spending more time orchestrating for myself, creating for myself. You know, less LeBron, more Kobe. I said that when Kobe. I said that when Kobe died. Less LeBron, more Kobe. You feel me? And that's one of my more important thought processes right now. And again, like I feel like that. I feel like it's in and around me, and it's just about taking the time to make the time, taking the time to make the opportunities too. You feel me? So, and I think it's cool. Like again, like I said, being inspired by other people, inspired by people enough to want to bring out the best you from yourself. You know, for desires to show the world that, for desires to show yourself that too, and then to turn around and show them. Consistency is so hard. Into the next topic, like it's so hard to be consistent, and then it's so hard to try and be consistent through the ups and downs. That's what I was saying about gratitude. It's like trying to manage. One thing I can say I'm thankful for, you know, within it though, is attempting to be consistent and understanding that it's something that I desire versus kind of sitting back and allowing it to happen upon me, but understanding that it's something that I want, even as hard as it is to be consistent or hard as it is to maintain the consistency sometimes through the changes. So, for example, right, I have been working since July at this job, I had felt like I was really good at the job. Not even felt like, the people at the job knew that I was good. The people around me knew that I was good at that job. It was a metaphor and an opportunity for me to show how consistent I could be to myself and to change my mentalities and my ideologies and my thought processes. I'm doing the whole like, Eric Thomas motivational shit, like prospectively. Like if you go back and look at it, like you feel me, waking up at 4 in the morning, like leaving at the house, being out of the house on the street, like on a skateboard at 5 in the morning, like riding a skateboard, falling off a skateboard some mornings, hella hard, like just all trying to go to work just to hustle, like to work harder and to show people around me, like, you feel me, like, and show myself, you feel me, like who it is I am and I desire to be, and doing that grind and working that grind and seeing the results from it, you feel me? But as well, like getting to a point where things began to change around you and you kind of understand it and have the ability to begin to see and to understand that, you know, I am who I am, right? Like I'm finna get that tatted and understanding that, just because I am who I am doesn't mean that your inability to understand um, how it is I can exist as I am in your realm and seem unbothered in your realm and be able to be my best in your realm, but existing as I am and having to deal with those kind of things and the negative energy or the disappointment, the negative energy, the disappointment that comes with it. Um, you feel me? The frustration, the competitive nature that makes you feel as if you have to stick it out or you want to try. I'm going through that again right now, knowing that it's going to prevail in this manner. You feel me? Um, I went through that time and through that experience. You feel me? And it was for me what I think. Honestly, if I say probably one of the fastest turnarounds that I've had in terms of a transition like that from like working environment and somewhere where I was doing a good job in my perspective and I was working hard again, being able to be seen. I put myself in a position in that job going from like a regular customer service person to possibly almost getting a e-marketing position, and I think coming from this kind of environment and working on what it is I'm working on again, sitting down and knowing that I genuinely had a chance to get it, but the reason why I wasn't able to goes to how I make people feel or how people in their own wanted to perceive me, but also understanding like everything happens in the time that it is supposed to, no matter how frustrating it is. That's one of the things that I feel like, like in my life, I feel like I'm tired of waiting. But again, I'm gonna continue to be patient. But again, I'm tired of continuing to chalk it up to in time, in the right time. It'll happen. It's gonna come. Like, no, you gotta go and get it. Like, think about that. Imagine if like Stephon Diggs just that's how he lined up at receiver. Like, yeah, okay, if it's meant to come to me, the ball gonna come. Tom Brady, like, yeah, okay, if the position is meant to come to me, it's gonna come. Yes, it is, but you still gotta work and put yourself in a position to be the number 2 quarterback. You still gotta work and put yourself in position to get into the playoffs, to be on the field. So I think like going through this time in this period, I really did want that marketing position so much because again, I've been talking about marketing for 4 years. I really done started to take it serious over the last two. And again, falling off over the COVID year, but still being on it, understanding digital marketing and visual marketing and different stuff like that, and advertising and stuff like that, especially advertising. Um, I feel like having to accept it was like such a crazy transition, having to accept that I didn't get that position, knowing that essentially, and I mean, it was all rumors, he say, she say, and all of this other shit. But again, I mean, I went in there with a dude who don't seem like he really be sitting down talking unless it's talking about business, and he sat down and talked with my little South Central LA ass. You feel me? I want us to be on top of everything. God damn it, my boy Z, just send some love to the hood. My boy Z. He said, I want us to be on top of everything, on top in everything we go after, and we will. Don't have fear to put your heart into everything you're doing. Train your heart and your mind on a daily basis. Aristotle says educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. There's no such thing as failure. We learn, and with mistakes come experience. God loves us, and we can get all we want. We must just organize our minds and keep our heart filled with love. I love y'all. Y'all keep being great. You feel me? And again, training your heart and your mind. Um, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for the love of my friends and that energy and to be surrounded by that energy. This is going to be a cool ass episode, man. Welcome back to the ZSPM. You feel me? We 40 minutes in this bitch. You feel me? Green watch is on. You feel me? Green bracelets on. You feel me? What else we got up in here? Come on. Green flowers, gold crosses. Thank the Lord for the day, for the blessing of the day. Thank you for y'all. I hope y'all watch this. I'm finna share this shit. You feel me? Um, you know, I think, like I said, so sitting down with this guy for an hour was pretty crazy because again, I got a chance to put myself in a position that I always just wanted to be in. I wanted to take the opportunity to see if, with all of the decisions that I've made, that felt like mistakes and different things like at different times, if um, won't catch me running. You feel me? I felt it was like it was wild. It was wild, no cap. Just because the whole moment was a vibe and a moment on again going and see ball, get ball. Period. Go up that pole, go up. Like, it's mine. See it. And if it ain't mine, we both going down hard and they're gonna blow the whistle. We can line it up again. We finna try again. Um, and just putting myself out there, and I took the opportunity to make the opportunity, and it was disappointing to not get it and to feel like it was because of again other people's opinions versus my ability to actually do it, but also understanding that I put myself out there to be seen, and then I managed to, I think, create that dynamic. Um, but within that, I think again, bracing for sudden change and how fast things around you can change. Um, a lot of things changed around me. One of my dogs in that environment ended up going out. Then one of the people who kind of looked out for me and kind of allowed or saw me for some of who it is I am and gave me an opportunity to be seen. Shout out to Black women holding the hood down. Both of those people went. One was not a Black woman, but one was a Black woman. You got to shout out Black women. You feel me? Um, then things just like start to change hella fast around you, and I think it's about how you react to things changing fast. Now, personally, for me, um, when things began to change fast, when I am hit with again sudden change, jailbreak, blitzes, and all that shit, I'm for sure gonna get the scramble. I'm gonna try and use these. I'm gonna get on these. I'm gonna get on my dogs, my horses. We're gonna get on these horses. We're gonna get to moving around a little bit. But I think sometimes you definitely gotta look at things and say fuck it, fuck them, fuck you. And trying to manage and figure out your situations, especially when you figure out people trying to do you. Um, and also knowing when it's time to move forward and move on. Um, but also knowing which things are not worth moving forward and moving on from. uh, which things are worth fighting for, which things you have to clearly just manifest and make. Leaving that environment was crazy because again, like I had a desire and a want to stay for a certain amount of time because of what it would prove to myself. I felt like, but again, I think one of the things that I learned in hindsight is honestly sometimes what it'll prove to yourself is that you stupid as hell, or that you was willing to fight for some shit that wasn't trying to fight for you. Um, and I think that's dual. It's hard to deal with right now. I'm going through some what I mean. I guess you could call it a relationship. Yeah, I'm going through some relationship shit with that, and it's all just a matter of again coming through and transitioning through the story that I'm telling and dealing with some of the energies off of that. Um, Also understanding what things is worth fighting for and knowing that it's not worth leaving up to chance. Um, I don't like seeming crazy. I don't like being crazy with my crazy ass. But understanding too, shit, sometimes being crazy and acting crazy is looking crazy is what you got to do a little bit. Sometimes you got to be uncomfortable and looking a little wild in order to be great. Shit, it look crazy until the nigga doing this shit. Real talk. But transitioning out of there, and having left, that shit was a crazy moment because the unknown that was created in that with this world that we in, I feel like it didn't stress me, but again, it irked me. I think because I felt like people were preying on my downfall. People who I didn't necessarily have any negative energy to, people who I even and not necessarily fucking with them, tried to give them a genuine chance. I feel like they started to prey on my downfall, like wanting to see me do bad. I don't like that kind of shit. And I think within it, like I kind of took it like a challenge. But within taking it as a challenge, I think I kind of took on like a dark energy from it. Because again, like I'm the type of person that, like I guess I outwardly express, but I think I'm kind of coming in a stage or coming through a stage right now too, where I for sure know like I have some issues with expressing how it is I truly feel because I'm feeling like I'm gonna be judged, or I have some issues expressing how I truly feel because coming out of past experiences and breakups and stuff like that, it was almost like how it is I feel was too much, but it also didn't matter. So it's like, you know, you get to the point where you bottle in what you feel or what you think. And I feel like one of my biggest shortcomings right now was when I was going through that moment, what I allowed it to do to my thought process is instead of sharing that was how I felt, like it was people trying to kind of prey on my downfall, and like I felt that kind of energy, and like that energy worried me, especially because also within that I think creatively, like I said, that community-based mentality, community-based mindset, I kind of it's almost like I done felt, and I was just talking to Ryan about this, so I kind of expressed this, like I kind of feel like I'm waiting around for again folks to be ready. It's because yeah, like I feel like I'm around for folks to be ready, and it's like folks don't want to be ready for you. So it's like within that, you know, not wanting to express that I feel like people are preying on my downfall, but also understanding and feeling like, you know, if people don't or are not trying to be ready to work with me, but are more ready for me to work for them, I think inwardly I began to worry and manifest worry and reasons to worry and changes on me based on that versus expressing it because I didn't want to seem weak. Because again, people make you feel weak when you express truly how you feel and they can't manipulate it or they can't dominate it. They make you feel crazy a lot of times. They make you feel um, weak. You feel me? And I think like And I think that was something that was important for me to learn, and was frustrating, just because I think like going through that moment and that experience, like I could feel my energy like just feeling like real caged in, because with everything that's going on right now too, it feels like working is such a big deal. Like such a big deal, such a big deal, such a big deal. Working such a big deal, such a big deal, such a big deal. And again, like hustling is such a big deal, such a big deal. And it's like for me, I think I started worrying about having stepped into more maturity and more responsibilities now, how I manage keeping the most important thing, which is again my responsibilities, but the main thing, and managing my main thing, and what was so impactfully important to me is my main thing, but also understanding it the most important thing is also expressing where your mental health and your emotional health is and your spiritual health is. I think my mental health over the course of that time um, was a 50-50 green, just because I think like at times for me, my mind, I just had to continue to remind myself that it was gonna work out and it was gonna work. And then I manifested it and it did work out. And it did work. Even in times when I overthought and I kind of made a mistake. I remember I had like a job interview offer for the place that I really wanted to work at too. Like this was the place that I wanted to work at. And they hit me and I fucking responded like hella days late. Like 2 days or a day before the day that they were supposed to have the interview. And I didn't know. Like just because I think I checked the email late or some shit. So that day when I fucking did that shit, I'm like, oh man, fuck, I don't know. I had another interview the day I confirmed it or the day before I confirmed it or something like that something like that. I had another interview and I'm like, dang, okay. At one point I have like two interviews and shit like that, and then two interviews turns into one, and I'm like, damn, well, two turns into one. It goes from 100% chances of something's gonna happen to 50% chances, and then from 50, you cut a 50 and a half, it's 25%. You know, you gonna get it or you not, and kind of being worried about it. But at the same time, like, and being worried about it, it's like it kind of turns around, and just staying down and being patient and having other people manifest positivity for you. It kind of worked out and it turned around into me getting a job somewhere just as good, if not better. And I think somewhere maybe great or better for my personality and where I need to be in the grand scheme of things. And it's just frustrating, I think, because yeah, no, it's for sure frustrating. Because at the end of the day, right now, hold on one second. It's for sure frustrating because I feel like I chose. So I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go the route of kind of trying to focus on locking in a new job and shit like that, so that I can just continue to maintain working after and at who it is I'm trying to be in that greater sense. Because I feel like, again, people don't fuck with you when you're not up to par as they see it. And whatever up to par could be at that time is subject to change, but it's always these usual suspect like criterias and boxes that you kind of got to check to be up to par. And it's like I've realized in my life that I don't like that. I don't like not being considered up to par because of my lifestyle, the way that I carry myself, or just the way that I see things. Like I can have that same lifestyle and ideology and carry myself that same way, like, and still be up to par. And there's no reason not to. And I should be. I feel like I should be. My look, the way I carry myself, the way that I exist, the way that I feel, the way that I communicate, I should. So it was like I felt like I went after that perspective and trying to keep the main thing, and secured that now, and I done made that happen. And it's like, but excuse me, the most important thing, well, now my main thing that I wanted to get my main thing, and my main things, I feel like I've kind of compromised and prospectively sacrificed time to where I'll need to use my time the most efficiently I can. And at the same time, like now, other things that are part of my main thing that were important to me began to kind of seem as if they weren't important. And I have to now recalibrate and kind of figure out how it is I gather those things back to me. And it's like scrambling versus managing. I feel like I managed the situation as efficiently maybe as I could have. But at the same time, I know now too, I missed opportunities to make greater opportunities. And now within there are more things that are left up to chance that are like not about me, but are about me, that are more about the chances that I take and that I make. And it's crazy because again, it's like I'm so cool being patient, but understanding right now that going and pushing myself to do something is really truly where my existence and new moments and new opportunities come from. But it's like, am I waiting for the right moment, or am I waiting for when I'm prepared to make the move that I want to make? So, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I got this new opportunity, this new work opportunity, and I think I'm gonna be good at it. I think I'm gonna be good in it. And I think the people gonna fuck with me, and it's pretty interesting, right? Sitting here with the burning this sage, and you feel me? I done killed this motherfucking sage, man. You know, um, one thing that I have been manifesting and definitely like wanting for myself is to be just surrounded by is to just be surrounded by more energy that is geared towards uplifting and expansion and ascending versus energy that is negative and detrimental and um, not critical for improvement, but critical to chastise and to bring down. And just coming across people in my new work environment that seem spiritually in tune, like, coming across my folks with the crystals and different stuff like that shit is dope to me. Having conversations, people that are naturally just desiring to speak and share and communicate with me, like I can fuck with that and I can appreciate that. Like that shit is really, really dope. And then again, like also feeling like so uncomfortable in this environment because I know that it requires that that level of me to make the most important things abundantly clear, but also my main things. And it's like it's actually kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy, realistically, understanding that that may carry me a few months or weeks or shit years or year, however long, however long. That's why I'm so uncomfortable because it's probably the right place I need to be. And just uncomfortable in terms of like, again, feeling pressure. You don't feel pressure unless you're prepared. You don't feel nervous, excuse me. You don't feel nervous unless you're prepared. You don't feel pressure. I be feeling nervous all the time. I don't feel pressure. I just be feeling nervous. But again, it's 'cause you're prepared to do what you're finna do and you know how it's finna go. It's like, bro, I can't believe this. It's just crazy. And again, it's not to make it seem like it's freaking something crazy or like, but it is something crazy because again, like it's all about the opportunities you put yourself out there for. And then again, overcoming adversity through those opportunities to give yourself a chance to expand. You feel me? That's crazy. I did this whole thing and I didn't even smoke this whole time. That's crazy. I had the bowl packed up. You feel me? I'm gonna give us a few minutes. We're gonna burn this sage. I'm gonna give us a few minutes towards that. I actually might play a motherfucking Zachary exclusive. I'm gonna play a Zachary exclusive on the ZSP, trying to get the SP on a punk bitch. You feel me? How's y'all feeling? We is willing and dealing. You feel me? Sage and the tuber. You feel me? Because this is my realm too. Sage, y'all. I'm sending y'all sage energy, man. Positivity and love, baby. You feel me? Thank y'all for fucking with me whenever it is y'all will and when y'all do. You feel me? Okay. I cherish the day. Ooh, I'm finna cause of me, I know you. It's strange. My people in pain. Rain. It's strange. Let me see how I'm trying to sound it. Run me back. Run me back. Run me back. Pains. My people in pain. I see through the rain. It's strange. All of these messages. It makes them messages. As long as we fight, we got it. I'm trying to find the words. You feel me? That's one of them things. Hold on. Let's see. Ooh, what about growth? What about growth? Make paces a joke. Big Kobe. Kobe. Your movies and shakers, they know me. Jerry right there. Like me. I like I'm saying it. Can't hear me here guard me. Topic was growth. A man that spoke. Been woke. $100,000. All of my followers think they wonder why I need some money. Two touches say what they want. Come to the time that they grow, we grow. Alone I walk up. You feel me? So within the next 2 months. Alright, get my bag back. Both these songs on YouTube. Get some new RAM so we can OBS this bitch and we can go crazy on y'all ass. Took 1,000 nights. Took 1,000 nights. Hey, 1,000 nights. Took 1,000 nights. Hey, took 1,000 nights. 1,000 nights. Took 1,000 nights. Yep. So, you feel me? As I scratch my forearm, you feel me? That shit crazy, you feel me? I've been waiting, feeling like I've been waiting. Ain't no point in waiting no more. A nigga waited so long, then lost. Man, fuck all that. That shit is a wasting. What you doing? I'm wasting. When niggas say they waiting, niggas is wasting. That's what they saying. Because the only other time you need to be waiting is if some shit is growing, which means you harvesting, farming. That's all. Again, I'm finna stop saying waiting. I'm farming. Then after that is harvesting. Ain't no more waiting. Wasting is wasting. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard the old man. Y'all heard Papa. What's happening? Y'all for sure go check out this episode. I told a cool little story about my story right now. We finna get into some news real quick with some current events, and then we finna hop up out of here. How you darn keep it moving? Alrighty. We finna close with some current events and some motherfucking news on y'all bitch ass boys, man. First one, period. From the ZSPN. Russell Westbrook over the last 5 seasons is averaging 5 and 10 and 10. It's ridiculous. The nigga get hated on. California, LA County talking about letting folks fully vaccinated go with no mask in LA County. California and LA County, excuse me. So that'll be pretty interesting. Devontae Smith apparently is like 6'1", 180 pounds. That's the guy who won the Heisman Trophy. And everybody's really worried about how much he weighs or how much he's going to be weighing in the NFL. But I feel like that's not a big deal because Deshaun Jackson is 5'10", 100, whatever he is. And it really don't seem to matter that much. You feel me? Like, unless they saying people finna be just like laying him out, you feel me, bringing the pain to him. He finna be in pads in the helmet, man. It's not 1990. It ain't like that no more. Oh wow. Mm mm mm. Wisconsin has 605 cases of COVID and 500 in people fully vaccinated. More restaurants is opening in LA. That's good. I mean, I could take Bay on a date. What is a trend? What? Trend or Arms Index, developed by Richard Arms, okay, in the 1970s. It's just named by the nigga who developed it. Is a short-term technical analysis stock marketing trading indicator trend based on the advanced decline data. The name is for short for trading index. Description: Arms Index, also known as the trading index, is the breadth oscillator that aids in the measurement of internal market strengths or weaknesses. Rising trend indicates weakness, and a falling trend indicates strength. Trend with a 10-period SMA for smoothing. I'm finna ask the homie what trend is. How this indicator works. Trend is a short-term trading tool that measures volatility in the stock market. Trend represents the relationship between advancing and declining issues by measuring their volume flow. A rising trend depicts a weak market, and a falling trend, depicts a strong market. A moving average can be added to the smooth data calculation. Advancing issues, declining issues, advancing volume, declining volume. The trend will read under 1.0 when advancing stocks are the major source of the volume, and above 1.0 when declining stocks are the predominant source of the volume in the market. Wow, Fidelity got a whole learning center. At this point, the little fucking investment I done made, that shit just sitting there like a motherfucking Tamagotchi or something. It was crazy. I seen one thing about this dude, this Bitcoin currency exchange dude, or some dude, and ran off with like $26 billion, and he just gone. That's ugly. Nike PlayStation 5 edition shoes gonna be out next month, and it's gonna be some niggas at work in those. Mm. Off of Shoka Watch Winter Soldier, I forgot. The draft is this Friday. That'll be interesting. Trevor Lawrence is expected to go number one. The biggest and hottest thing right now that everybody's saying, apparently Matthew Hasselbeck said it or Tim Hasselbeck said it or whatever, is that the best quarterback in the draft this year will be the quarterback drafted by the 49ers, who just went and 10. So, as a Rams fan, they just went and 10. But okay. They're talking about they're looking at Mac Jones and Trey Lance. I do think San Francisco does have a good program. They do have a good amount of talent around them. Shanahan has been really, really good. I don't have faith in Mac Jones. He did win a championship at Alabama, though, so it does show that he knows how to come in and get in and run a system. If they're looking for a ring off top, he might be the most likely and able and capable to get it going and get it flowing. I think I've not watched Trey Lance at all. I've watched like one little bitty bit of him. But again, I know that he's of the, again, Baker Mayfield to he's within that spectrum. Again, like it's the spectrum of like Andrew Luck, from Andrew Luck to Robert Griffin III at his best in one season. You got some of these dudes, and then it's like motherfucking Jared Goff at his worst. Again, Jared Goff at his best. Then you got Jared Goff at his worst. Motherfucking, again, Deshaun Watson at his best is in that category of what the potential of some of these dudes are. And then again, it's goddamn fucking Kyle Bowler, motherfucking Jamarcus Russell, Tebow, Gabbert, goddamn Blake Bortles, Bradford. I'm trying to think who else. It's so many of them. Jesus fucking Christ. Osweiler. If you go by team, Trubisky. Again, like it's in between there. You either gonna be that, or you're gonna be motherfucking Matt Ryan at his best, Jared Goff at his best, Baker Mayfield at his best, Josh Allen at his best, Lamar Jackson at his best. Again, I'm not gonna mention Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, none of them dudes, because that's all Aaron Rodgers. That's all over the fucking top. Matthew Stafford at his best. So I know Trey Lance is somewhere in between. Off top, he's somewhere in between. I feel like his game is going to kind of reside a little more like maybe like a Matthew Stafford, honestly. Again, pocket mobility in throwing versus running around. I don't see that for him. I was gonna say RG3. That's what I was gonna say because again, I feel like he throws. I feel like his ability to throw the ball may be similar to how RG3's was. As a matter of fact, let me pull up some Trey Lance. Let me pull up some Trey Lance while I'm talking to y'all about Trey Lance YouTube. You feel me? But there's a ghost in this. Um, it'll be interesting to see because again, I think I was saying all that to say if San Francisco um decides that's who they're gonna take, I think it may be short term a little tougher, long term it's gonna work out. But it all really depends for real. Then you got Trevor Lawrence supposed to be going number one, Justin Field. I don't know what the fuck the Jets finna do. Again, the Jets supposed to take Zach Wilson, right? What's the draft order? There's so much going on in the draft. We finna check out Trey Lance highlights just because I want to look at him. That's what I'm saying. They talking about Zach Wilson. Like, I don't think he that good. Again, he finna go number two. Let's see. Okay, so on the highlight tape on YouTube, the first play after I said he not gonna be on no RG3 shit, I think he just throw like RG3 is what this nigga running a fucking quarterback draw to the crib from what looked like the 50. Okay, play action pass. Bucket. Now again, he not finna be as fast as RG3 because RG3 was a freaking freak of nature. It was a track star too. Okay. Yeah, he giving me RG3 vibes. Mm, mm. But again, that's at that level. He ain't running shit over in the league. He for sure ran a nigga over just now though. Quarterback draw. I'm trying to put my hand on it again because these is he running the ball like just up in here. He taking some contact if he got to take contact, and then he's scoring touchdowns. But he throwing bombs from like the 50. Here we go up in the middle again. Bam, bam, bam. He's not gonna do that in the pros. He try to do that, he gonna get hurt. And we seen this already. I'm telling y'all. I told y'all this with Carson Wentz. If Trey Lance think he's gonna be running up the middle in the NFL, he's going to get injured. I promise y'all. Let me just say that. Look, let me go ahead and get this off right now. I said this about 4 or 5 years ago when Carson came in the league. I said this when Andrew got drafted. I'm gonna say it again right now watching this boy highlights because he is looking a little nice though. Wow. He looking way better than Zach Wilson. No cap. Trey Lance. If he think he finna be running up the middle, he finna be hurt too. But he do look good. He kind of give me RG3 vibes. But again, then he take off running up the middle. Here you go again, running up the middle on the highlight tape. Somebody finna get dipped on. Oh no, now he just sprinting on niggas. Yeah, nah. He's good. I think San Francisco will take him. If they trying to compete in the West, they gonna take him. Don't make sense not or Justin Fields, but they're not gonna take Justin Fields. That okay. Yeah, okay, Trey Lance, I can fuck with it. Here he go running up the middle over shit again. See, he need to stop this. Yeah, no, he's good. Trey Lance looks good. But again, he only played one season though, so they gonna have to develop him. Ooh, ooh, damn. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He can sit behind Garoppolo for like a season or whatever. They can let Jimmy G play. He could sit, learn, get his size up a little bit more, master the playbook, come in, and then really fuck some shit up. They should if they gonna pick Trey Lance because they finna you do Trey Lance like Patrick Mahomes. Ooh. Yeah, they think they slick. They think they slick. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. What the fuck else? I don't know who the fuck else. Oh, I was gonna watch my boy Pro Day. Some clips out of his Pro Day. Yeah, no, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be a cool little vibe for them. Okay, I could fuck with it. Who else? Let me go in here and look at this draft order. He can't be running up the middle though. Dipping on folks though. Yeah, nah, I fuck with Trey Lance. I could fuck with it. Again, comes from a good school, good quarterback school. And again, we ain't saying Carson Wentz. I don't fuck with Carson Wentz like that, but I do know he not weak. Carson Wentz is like he good. He just can't stay healthy because he be doing too much. That's crazy. Let's get to it, guys. God damn it. Right? Do the pro day be what to watch, or do the game be what to watch? Okay, we was looking at the draft order. So the Jags is 1. That'll be Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson 2, Trey Lance 3. I think. God damn, they traded that pick around. That little third pick, that number 3 pick been around the block. God damn. Whew. Yeah, this little third pick been around the block. Then the Falcons, who might take a quarterback. The Bengals got Joe Burrow. The Dolphins got Tua. The Lions, they say, might take a quarterback. The Panthers got Sam Darnold, Drew Lock. And again, is it going to be any quarterback that fall that far? They saying Justin Fields possibly might fall past all these teams. Do all these teams got a quarterback? Oh, the Patriots at 15. He might fall to 15. That's crazy. If he end up on the Patriots, that'll be perfect. Ooh, the Rams don't pick 57. 57, 88, 103, 141. We don't got no picks this year. Watch this somewhere on my own time. Let's see. Oh, wow. Apparently, an astronaut was able to grow a plant in space. I wonder if it was some weed. Check out some more. Or we can check out some today in history. Okay, after this, we out of here. Oh, Benito Mussolini was executed today. Shout out to my Italians. Italians. No, shout out to the Italians. Pussy. Honestly, niggas gotta start saying pussy like it's because again, you can't say pussy like it's a bitch, some bitch shit. Pussy strong. I've been thinking about that for a week. That came out on the pod, you feel me? On the show because it was some important information that we need to all remember. Today is Saddam Hussein's birthday. Abu Ghraib went viral on this day in 04. Wow, the iTunes store opened up 03. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. I just watched one in Miami. Great movie, actually. If I'm not mistaken, I think I did a series. I did two videos or one video on the documentary on HBO about Muhammad Ali. I watched one night in Miami on Saturday or something, or Friday, Saturday or Sunday or whatever day. Uh, Today is the anniversary of Muhammad Ali refusing his induction into the army, citing religious reasons. His subsequent conviction was eventually overturned by the Supreme Court. Harper Lee won a national acclaim for her novel *Kill a Mockingbird*. Oh, okay. And that's it, man. We out here, man. Hour and 31 minutes. You feel me? Hope y'all having a good one. Hope y'all vibe with me. Y'all